Oh my god, I can't believe it's real. Did anyone actually think this was going to happen? And did anyone actually think if it did, we would get what we got? Hey, my name's Tate McRae, and I'm sorry if I don't look quite as gorgeous as you might be used to, because I had to rub my clown makeup off in a hurry. We have a new Fire Emblem, and I want to talk about this trailer, try and analyze it a little bit, and share my general hype for what's going on, so let's do it. When did you know it was Fire Emblem? Did you know from here? Did you know from this screen? Could you tell? How about from here? I started to believe. I feel like I kind of knew here, but I didn't really let myself feel it until I saw the battle gameplay. Because I've been hurt too many times.
Bold warriors, draw now upon your strength.
We got Kai.
Hold fast to the
We got Theodora. We got Dietrich. And we got Lita. Looks like 4 main characters-ish, plus maybe this guy? Who can say? Now, we had 3 main characters in 3 houses, but that led to 4 stories, possibly 5 with a DLC. Does that mean we're going to have 5 or 6 routes this time? Because that would be ridiculous. Also, how can this guy be a main character when apparently he's trying to save his father's life? A living father? What kind of Fire Emblem is this? So let's talk about what we're seeing here. The most important thing, I think, is that this is a flying Orneus rider. He appears to be riding on like an ostrich or something, which we've never really seen before in Fire Emblem. I have to wonder, is this a combination of a cavalry mount and a flying mount? Does it have properties of both? Can you do both things depending on what's more valuable? Because as you see here, if you take a look at this menu, there is a dismount option. We also have blaze arts and combat arts. Items storage, so probably like Lord Convoy things as you come to expect. Combat arts, I think we know from past games. 3 houses. Blaze arts is interesting. We'll talk about that in a minute. But right now I want to talk about, first of all, why does this have so much crit? Why does this bronze spear have so much crit? Don't most of the games have bronze weapons with 0 crit? Am I crazy for thinking that? Like it's impossible to crit with them? Also, why is the durability so low? I have a lot of questions. Also, what's going on with this icon? We also have it here, and I think we also have it on the enemy. Like, yeah, we have it down here. We don't have it on him over here, though, which is really interesting. So, like, perhaps, like, if that's an... Does he get, like, a bonus to crit for that matching his thing, or being what the enemy's is? Because what I think is most interesting here is that we do have this icon, which I have to wonder, is that a crest? Or is that, like, an ostrich bird thing? Does it have something to do with his mount? Because over here we have a wheel and we have a charioteer, which, first of all, awesome name for a class. Thundercloud Knight, also sick. Charioteer has this wheel icon, so I think we might be getting expanded movement types here, which is really interesting. And we do hit the crit. I'm almost wondering if there's some sort of like effective damage or powered up for matching your movement type or something, and that's where the crit bonus is coming from. Like, is instead of having triple damage for effective, is it just higher crit instead? Maybe that'd be kind of insane. I don't know. Probably talking crazy. Let's go on with Theodora, who I don't know if you noticed, she's badass. Kind of getting Flavia vibes, very like warrior queen, which kind of fits with like the Regna Ferrix type Olympic gladiator games going on. Now here we have Gambit. Gambits are back, which I think implies that battalions are back as well. Something I think is really interesting here is that she is a noble with the star icon, which suggests to me that the 3 houses class system and progression system is coming back, which I think a lot of people like. I will hope that they read to a little bit personally. Feels a little bit slow, especially on replay, but I know 3 houses is popular for a reason, so this should be good for the series. We also have Mahadu's Spear, which, is that a preferred weapon? Is that a relic? What's going on with that? And we have this icon, which is going to become important later on, I think. I think that has to do with the blaze arts. But so she's gambiting against this dude who's a rogue. Looks like infantry is marked here. Iron Sword, level 22, so you can go past 20 again. Very 3 houses core. We have battalion icon here. Battalion icon here. This looks like the ideal skill from Faye. I'm not sure if that's something to do with her being infantry or what, because we already saw the foot icon on the thief. Did she have an icon like that on herself? I guess she also does. Okay, so I'm not sure what this means. Maybe it's a skill. He's running at them. Now we have... This guy looks evil. Is it messed up for me to say that? This guy looks like he's drawn to be evil. If they didn't want me to think he was evil, they'd draw him differently type beat. This just gives huge... This looks like those who like they're in the dark boss. Am I crazy? Maybe it looks like Yuritsa, actually. But I'm getting like a real those who like they're in the dark vibe from this look. He's level 37. That's a lot. The Answerer, which looks like a relic. I do think that it's confirmed to be a relic in the text. And we're going to see some stuff going on with this icon, because he is using a blaze art here. Let's just... I always go to it, and then I click off it. So here, blaze arts cost HP, so they work kind of like magic in Shadows of Valentia. Up here, we can see on his team, there's also a tome user, I think. Maybe a reason user, or whatever. Black magic, however they called it in Three Houses. I'm wondering if that's also going to... I'm wondering if that's going to be sorted under blaze arts now, or going to be something else entirely. We don't really see any magic get used in this trailer. What we do see is that this lets him warp up to 3 spaces. So despite it being infantry movement, he can get over this with the warp, but it costs 7 HP. I'm really curious what Umbra Calamity is going to do for 22 HP. Isn't this what the Rokers use in Fae, in Fire Emblem Heroes? Roker Sieges? Don't they have Umbra Calamity? Umbra Burst? Something? Interesting. We also see some other portraits here. This guy looks like Axe Dude. This character looks really sick, actually. The like hair and blue eyes combo, plus that, what I can tell from that design, that looks very cool. Can't really tell what this guy has going on. He also sort of, from the tiny icon, sort of looks like a cross between Hubert and Raphael. So anyone who wrote that fanfiction, congratulations. Spending 7 HP. I think we can see it disappear. Yep, there it goes down. Goes down, he moves, and gets 1 light in this ring. So I think... When I first saw this, because the icon matches the blaze arts, I thought you were going to have to expend this, like, sort of, oh, like, how that thing worked in, how Engage worked in Engage, right? There was, you had a full gauge, and then it got spent over time. It looks like you have to fill this up by doing blaze arts, but I'm not 100% sure what you use it for after that. It might be answered when you get to Lita, actually. But so, another crit rate just seemed through the roof, and, sorry, I gotta go back again, because in the battle forecast, we could see a couple of things, a little bit of analysis. Where are you? Come back! The Answerer is counted among the hero's relics. So relics are back, but they seem to be different this time. That's why it looks like it does. Attack speed and avoid. Attack speed is counted, but avoid is just slightly higher. So I think this is going to be like a low avoid game, like 1 point of avoid per speed, half a point for luck. Huge crit stat. We have 27 and 32 attack, so it's like something is making the 2 hits do different damage, perhaps. Now here's... Now this seems like a proper Fire Emblem character who looks like they have suffered some loss, probably a parent, and want revenge. Although they seem to want revenge really bad in a way that I think is unusual for a Fire Emblem main character. Maybe not necessarily in Three Houses lore, but I'm quite curious to see what she's going on, because I think I like her design the best out of these 4. And she's playing the guitar. So what do we have here? Let's just get back and get that text up so we can learn something. So she's going into the... What's grayed out? Manage gauge. So she looks like she has her gauge filled out. Now she's going into Blaze Arts. Summon a demonic beast once per map. HP costs 11. Blaze plus 4, but it requires... It looks like you have to have this much charged up. Like, I think this is the purple side. It matches the icon there. Only works to sell if summons a beast. So I think you have to use Blaze Arts to the map to charge up your gauge, and then you can unleash something more powerful. Like, I assume this is one of her more powerful abilities. Also, she's not a dancer, apparently. Not a singer. This character is very interesting, and I'm super curious about her. But it looks like you have to charge up the gauge by doing Blaze Arts. And then you can unleash something crazy like this summon of a demonic beast, which... Is it AI controlled, or do you move it yourself? I'd love to know. Now here we have the montage of everybody fighting in the tournament, it looks like. Another new character there. Interesting character here. Could it be Masked Marth again? Here's Theodora going toe-to-toe possibly with the Divine Sovereign.
I shall grant whatever wish you may desire.
Whatever wish is granted if you win. He's the Divine Sovereign, which I find to be a super interesting name because it makes me wonder. We're about to see the big reveal. The big reveal that confirms everything. Although Hero's Relic kind of already confirms it. Sothis is back, and the years have been kind to her. This makes me think that like hundreds or thousands of years have passed. I think that's a fair assumption to make. But the fact that Sothis is here makes me wonder, is this Divine Sovereign man? Could he possibly be a descendant of Byleth? Descendant of Rhea? Descendant of Sothis directly? How does it work? What makes him divine? Did he steal the title? How are these characters related to the lore we already know? I'm quite curious. And then we're going to switch right over here because there's a little bit more information over on this side that makes me extra excited about the game. So the trailer finishes, we come back. Fortune's Weave. Cool name. More interesting name than Three Houses for sure. Intertwining story. Alongside the games. Stories await. So he says intertwining stories, but stories await. So is this going to be like Three Houses? Does the fact that we see what seem to be 4 main characters mean there's going to be 4 routes for each of them, and then maybe 1 bonus one somewhere, and then another one in the DLC? Is it going to be 6 routes? What I'm hoping for is maybe something more like Sacred Stones, where the paths diverge at some point, and you see like different pieces of the story, but it's the same story, they come back together at the end. Maybe something like Radiant Dawn, where we see different pieces of the story from different perspectives. I think that'd be my favorite possible version, because I don't want to have to play the game 5 times, 6 times, 7 times to get the full story or stories. And I do like when there is one true story to the game instead of several. Which, I mean, even Fates, where it was just 2 and they were separate games, kind of made more sense to me. It even could be like another one that I'd be very happy for is if it's kind of like Sonic Adventure 2, not the game you expected here in a Fire Emblem video, but it seems like I do get vibes that let's see. This guy has villain vibes to me. I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. Seems like a good guy. Seems like supposed to be like kind of a good guy. Definitely drawn to be a bad guy. Her lust for vengeance, the way she's lit here, again, seems like kind of bad guy vibes. So if there's hero story and dark story, just 2 separate campaigns from each of these characters, from like each of these factions' perspectives, but they follow the same story, it's not different timelines like in Three Houses, I think that would be amazing. That's kind of what I'm hoping for, and that's what I'm reading into when he says, whatever he said. What did he say?
Please stay tuned for future updates.
Let's just find that. What's the exact wording? Go on.
That was the trailer for Fire
Emblem Fortune's Weave.
the latest in the series. This intertwining story happens.
Intertwining story. I would not describe Three Houses as an intertwining story. It was separate stories. I guess like the characters were all in each story, but I think it was separate stories. So, but then he says there are multiple stories here. So maybe like Hero Dark Story I think would be great. I just don't want to have to play the game 30 times to know the entire lore. You know what I mean? Anyway, I'm super excited about this. I'm not the biggest fan of Three Houses, but I think this game gives them a chance to fix all the things I didn't like about that one, and might be a more interesting world to me based on... I just really like the character designs. I'm gonna be honest, I really like Lita's character design. Some of the other characters they showed in the trailer, it all looks really cool to me. And I think seeing like a far future version of Fodlan, if that's what it is, would also be sick. So I'm excited. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. Am I wrong? Am I stupid? Tell me everything, because I just want to share in the hype for this game. I can't wait. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I'll be back soon with more content. Got a Mega Man video I'm working on. Maybe more Fire Emblem stuff coming too. There's so much videos to game. I'll see you there. Till then.